Race number 10 then. Final race on the programme is a Class 3 contest. 1,400 metres is the trip, headed by Lockheed, Danny Shum and Derek Lung in the saddle. Comfort Life behind Invincible Fresh on his last two starts. Roundabout, no luck himself behind Invincible Fresh last time out. Nakoni Express makes his Hong Kong debut. He's 2 from 2 in Australia before arriving. Incredibles, another debutant. He won one start in France. He won it. That was over the 1,400 metres. Manfred Mann, the new trainer. Experto Crede, John Moore and Victor Wong from a wide gate. Viva Council goes up in class. A last start winner on the all-weather. And 70-70 also goes up in class. Alexi Bedell will ride from barrier 11 for David Hall. 30 days, so within the last 30 days, Mongolian Legend and Grade 1 have been up to Chung Fa and back.
Yeah, there's quite a few pace options in the final race of the day. Experto Crede, definitely one of them. Viva Council led all the way on the dirt last start. We also know that Comfort Life from barrier 8 will probably have to press forward a little. And I would have thought that Nakoni Express has a chance of kicking through one of the newcomers.
Third up now was Comfort Life, and you can see him working nicely. His last couple of starts behind Invincible Fresh and just pushed out a little bit towards the end, but another one that's responded nicely. So a decent workout for him leading into this contest. Experto Crede, look, he always looked like a horse who was a bit of a gunner, but then he put a few together towards the back end of last season. Victor Wong from 13 was going to be difficult for him, but he's going okay here in his gallop. And Noble Steed, very unlucky at his last start. Joe Moreira will jump aboard for this particular race. Awkward draw, but he's going very well at the moment.
All right, that's Noble Steed. He's our early favourites. Where will we start? With Noble Steed, in actual fact. And this is the last time out. A little bit unlucky. Comfort Life finishes in front of him. Might not have done, though, with a clear run. Yeah,
there's a bit of jostling going on here, wasn't there? Comfort Life, a nice enough horse. I think he can win in this class. And Noble Steed, you can see him bumping there with Relentless Me. And it was a nice run, all considered. So both will go in the tips for me?
Yeah, definitely both in for me. I've got actually Noble Steed on top because I just thought once he got balanced up, the way he hit the line, he was very unlucky and he probably should have won that race.
All right, OK, that's Comfort Life and Noble Steed. Next one we can take a check on is Grade 1, finishing third last time out. This is behind Country Star. Has been beaten since, but I still think he's a nice horse. Yeah,
I think he's the one that Noble Steed has to beat, Grade 1. He comes in with a lightweight. He's got a good barrier draw, and he likes Sha Tin. He's a winner here at Sha Tin 3 starts ago at the back end of last season, and did run a nice third behind a good horse in Country Star.
Yeah, he's like a slow-maturing wine, Grade 1. He is getting better and better. He's up to start 17 now. I'm not convinced he can win in Class 3 yet, but maybe.
What about Nakoni Express, then? 2 from 2 in Australia. John Size trains, Sylvester de Sosa in the saddle.
Yep, he'll take the ride from gate 1. You can just see here, final stages, he was pushed on a little bit to find the line, suggesting to me that obviously fitness is not at its optimum level at this stage. Nice enough horse. He won at the Sunshine Coast in Brisbane. The owner hasn't had too many bad ones.
1,058 pounds, 3 trials, but I don't think he's quite ready, as is Incredible, the other first starter, who's 1,174 pounds.
There's another one called Northern Express coming up, the owner's got. I'll be more interested in him.
All right, OK. Noble Steed favourite the last for Joe Moreira.
Yeah, got him on top, and I think he's going to be very hard to beat, Noble Steed, to beat Grade 1. Lockheed, up to 1,400 metres from a low barrier draw, looks ideal for him. Expect a good run from him in Comfort Life. 11, 13, 1 and 2. 11 to win, though, Noble Steed.
Ditto, yep, I've got him on top too. Noble Steed, looks a progressive young horse, has done so from day one, really. Comfort Life. Villafion, I thought, went slightly better. A few gear changes for him. And Viva Council, a last start winner in a lower grade. He's going well, this horse. 11, 2, 7, 12. Banker the 11, 2, 7, 12. Throw in 70, 72. I think with potential pace in the race, lightweight up in class, he's one to include at a price.
I think Noble Steed very hard to beat in the last year.
Yes.
Joe Moreira could have a few by the time we get to him, but I think he'll finish on a high. So as far as the stats are concerned, we'll go with Joe Moreira and his Hong Kong record on his Hong Kong return.
Yeah, we just thought we'd refresh everyone's memory there of his wins, 717, all those seconds and thirds, and his 22.88 win rate. He's got a good win rate in Japan at the moment, 40-odd%, I think. He's going pretty well there. Quick return, remarkable, money boy, insatiable. The Wizard of Oz, on that page, I'd say Insatiable was his best chance. Glorious Forever is obviously a massive chance, as is Hot King Prawn, Raging Storm and Noble Steed, so he does really finish the card well.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall when he walks into the jockey room tomorrow.
A few pats on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome back, Joe. Have a banner
back.
up, probably.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure he'll say,
Balloons.
G'day.
Best bets, Paul, who you got?
Yeah, there'll be plenty of balloons in that. I've got Spicy Carco on the all-weather up to 16.50, low draw. Looks ideal, hit the line very strongly last time, and I think he can win. E-Super, back to the straight 1,000, which he's performed very well down there in the past. Neil Callan aboard, don't mind barrier number 2. We've been winning from there, and he's 30-odd to 1, so Wishka. Player of the day will be in that race. Styling City's obviously the favourite. He'll be the one to beat with the Super and Triumph and Jewel, the old boy, going well. 2, 3 and 9.
All right, for me, I'm going with Mr. Stunning in the sprint, race 8, number 2 for Karis Teton. And long shot is Optimum in one of the later races, 9, 10 for Dylan Moe. And the play, I will have that in race number 6. Beauty Generation as the banker in the queue with Beauty Only and Singapore Sling. Little Fish is sweet, Andrew.
Yep, certainly. I could be shooting myself in the foot with my best bet, but I feel like he owes me because he was my best bet 2 starts back and got beat. But if Joe has a big day, lots of favourites wins. Noble Steed could come up short in the last, but he's 3.2 now, so that's what I'm basing on. Noble Steed, hard to beat in the final event. Long shot, Charity Go first up. He's been to the races before, but got scratched down at the start. I say his UK form looks good to me, so I'll be interested to see what he can do on debut. I'm sure they're thinking of the Derby in March with him. And we'll work around Noble Steed in the last 2, 4, 11 QQP, their Comfort Life, and roundabout. No luck for him last time either. All right, that's it as far as the tips are concerned for what is a big day. Last year's winners didn't necessarily all go and win on the big day, so hopefully, I say it's not over, win, lose or draw on the weekend. It's not completely over, but, you know, we'll get a few answers to some very interesting questions.
We will. Again, it's another learning curve, isn't it? And there's obviously some of the horses in each race taking on a penalty as well for winning a Group 1 already this season. That'll, of course, change when we go into the internationals, and then we'll get the introduction of the horses from overseas. So, yeah, there's still a lot to learn with regards to the local horses, and it's good to have racing. Yeah,
I thought Werther and Mr. Stunning won these races last year. I like them both. I think we all like them both this year as well, so touch of deja vu there. Werther and Mr. Stunning won these races last year, so touch of deja vu there for those ones.
We talked about Joe. Ignore him. We talked about Joe coming back. 2 other jockeys, though, will be returning in December on short-term licences as well.
Yeah, O'Sheen Murphy coming for 4 days, I think, and Ty Anglin will be back for a day too, so it'll be great to have them back. And I've just realised, I think what Joe will say when he walks into the jockey room, it'll be, "Konnichiwa, boys."
Right. That's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul Brett and the rest of the team, I hope we see you at Sha Tin on Sunday, where we will be racing to win.
Good night.